And that's the journey of the hero, to go into the darkness of your thoughts, to go into the darkness of, why do I even hold on to this? Why am I believing in this perception if it's not doing me any good? So for the past few days, I've been reading this statement each morning and meditating upon it, which states that, why do we choose to know ourselves through some form of sadness when there's nothing preventing us from letting it go? And man, that spoke to me, saying that, why do we hold on to all this bullshit? And why do we think we have to be this person because of past actions or past shortcomings or past failures, when there's nothing preventing us from letting us go or letting that go? And man, I think we hold on to it because we think that's who we are. We think we have to be that person because that's who we currently are. We've did these actions and we've failed, and we have these ill-fit behaviors, and we've lied to ourselves, and we've deceived ourselves, and we've lied to others, and we've deceived others, all in the name of our addiction. And so therefore we think that's who we are, but that's just a thought. That's a perception, and there's nothing keeping us from letting that go. The only issue is that we hold on to it. We cling to it because that's who we think we have to be. That's became our identity. And it's uncomfortable to give up your identity, even if it's an asshole addict. It's all we know, and it's what we've got comfortable with. So we cling to it. And again, there's nothing that says we can't let go of that. We have to begin to let go of those negative thoughts, those less than thoughts. Because if that's our thinking pattern, if that's our habits, that's going to correlate and match our actions. Your thoughts will lead to your actions. Your actions correlate with your thoughts. If you want a better life, you have to have better thoughts, because your better thoughts are going to lead to better actions, which are going to remove you from that pit of despair, that pit of addiction. But we cling to our thoughts. We cling to those perceptions because that's what we know. And we're not willing to take the effort, to put in the work, to go into the depths of that darkness, the darkness of those ill-fit behaviors, the darkness of that evil that's within us, so that we can begin to correct it. Because as addicts, we're prideful, we're egotistical, and we don't want to be wrong. By God, I'm not wrong. The rest of the world's wrong. And we've created this false reality built upon our lies, built upon our deception. If we met a person that treated ourselves the way we treat ourselves, or that treats other people the way that we treat other people, we would hate that person. We would despise that person because we know they're less than. Their character is less than. And we have good intentions. We have a good heart. We know that we can be better than that. But in order to gain better thoughts, we have to go inside to know why we're holding on to those dark thoughts that are not working for us, but working against us. Right? It's easy to say, I don't want to be an addict no more. I want to be a better person. But it's hard to adorn the wardrobe of a hero and pick up the sword and go into the depths of the darkness within and begin to defeat those less than thoughts. That's a hard journey. That's a hard task, because we're clinging to those thoughts, because those thoughts make up our identity. Albeit a worthless and shitless identity, it's all that we know. It's all that we've came to know. But if we want better, we've got to go inside and begin to slay the dragon of horrible thoughts, the dragon of dark thoughts. We've got to even begin to confront it and say, why am I holding on to those thoughts? Why am I holding on to that perception that this has to be? Why am I tying myself to the past and the atrocities of past and the horrible events that happened in the past? Because once we begin to confront those and recognize those for what they are, we can begin to let them go. And in letting them go, we find our freedom. And that's the journey of the hero, to go into the darkness of your thoughts, to go into the darkness of, why do I even hold on to this? Why am I believing in this perception if it's not doing me any good, if it's bringing no freedom or salvation to my life? And as we begin to confront the thoughts and the reasons we hold on to those less than thoughts, we can pick up the sword of the hero and cut ourselves away from that negative path that has led us towards addiction, that has led us towards the current circumstances that we're in. But in order to have better thoughts, we have to go within and confront our negative thoughts. And at the very least, begin to say, I'm not going to have any more negative thoughts. You may not replace that with a better thought, but starting out, we got to say, you know what? That's not working for me, so I'm not even going to entertain that anymore. And then maybe after a week of that or a month of that, of self-discovery, then we can begin to replace that with a better thought. And it may not be the best thought, but at least it's a better thought than that negative bullshit that's kept us in addiction. Today, I'm not going to use. That may be the best thought you can have for months. I'm not going to use. I'm not going to use. I'm not going to use. But that's going to correlate with some actions that resemble not using. And then that's going to reflect your life, and you're going to see some growth. And then you get a little bit stronger. You become a little more heroic, and you have a better thought. Well, not only am I not going to use today, but I'm going to go to a meeting, or I'm going to encourage someone else, or I'm going to pick up a new habit, or I'm going to learn a new skill. And you build upon that, and you build, and you build, and you build. And again, there's always going to be that darkness that we have to confront and realize, is this thought working for me or not? And then we slay that with the sword of the hero, and we begin to move forward and move forward and move forward. There's always going to be darkness that we have to conquer. But as we begin to at least recognize that, and recognize that sometimes our thoughts need working, then we're able to release those things that aren't working for us. We're able to release the past and grab a hold of the potential of the future that we can bring into our present with a better thought. Your thoughts will shape your environment through your actions. If you want a better life, you have to have better thoughts. But in order to have better thoughts, you have to go within here and realize, what thoughts do I have that are preventing me from living the life that I want? You are a hero. Attach the addict within to the hero and live a prosperous life that you were created and designed to embody. I love you guys. You'll see me next episode.